Good evening, afternoon everybody. Very welcome to Parnell Park for this 2021 All-Ireland Championship Camogie game between Dublin, the home team, and Waterford. Both teams are warming up on the field and getting ready for this game with the sun shining. Ideal summer Camogie hurling weather, and we're really looking forward to a good game here today. So Sheila and myself will be hoping to guide you through the match today and help you enjoy the game. So we might, Sheila, maybe go through the two teams. So the Waterford team lining out. In goal we have Brianna O'Regan from De La Salle. In the full back line, number 2 is Siobhán Harney from St Anne's, Iona Heffernan, Ferrybank, and Keely Barry from De La Salle. The half back line is Clodagh Carroll from Galtier, number 6 centre back Orla Hickey from Dungarvan, and number 7 Lorraine Bray from Cappoquin. The midfield is Shona Curran playing number 8 from Lismore, and Ciara Griffin number 9 from Tramore. The half forward line on the right, Ciara O'Sullivan number 10 from Galtier, number 11 Niamh Rockett from St Anne's, and number 12 Abby Flynn from De La Salle. And the full forward line for Waterford today is number 13 right corner is Sarah Lacy from Dungarvan, full forward and likely free taker Beth Carton from De La Salle, and in the left corner number 15 Vicky Falconer from Tramore. So that's the first 15 lining out for Waterford today. And now Sheila, the Dublin team.
The Dublin team, so there's one change on the Dublin team and it's in the goalkeeping position. So Faye McCarthy is starting today and plays Ciara Tierney. So Faye, of course, from St Jude's. We've Deirdre Johnson in there, cornerback, number 2 from Vincent's. Eve O'Brien, the usual full back from Nafina, and number 4 there we've Murren Kelleher. Right half back at 5 is Emma Byrne from Good Counsel. We've the old trusted favourite there is Grania Quinn from Vincent's in centre back, and the captain Hannah Hegarty from Navywood is in number 7. Our midfield pairing hasn't changed, and it's Emma Flanagan from Lucan and Roisin Baker from Nafina. The vice captain Aisling Maher is on the wing there on the right hand side, number 10. Jodie Couch is centre half forward from Plunkett's, and we have Aoife Whelan on the left wing there from Castleknock. And the full forward line consists of Niamh Gannon from Jude's, Kerry Finnegan from Fogs Celtic, and Ali Toomey is in the corner, number 15 from Lucan Sarsfields. So already an interesting switch there, Dennis. Faye coming in for Ciara. They shared the match last week. So I wonder, is it tactical for the breeze that's here today? Perhaps the long puck out from Faye that she's famous for? Or?
I think it is interesting, Sheila, because Faye's puck out would be well known not just in Dublin but around the country at this stage. And there is a breeze blowing from the Sea Golf Club end here, which might have an influence on the game. And we'd be expecting the puck outs to be landing maybe inside the half back line, and maybe it's a tactic from the Dublin management to try and maybe negate the half back line of Waterford and get the ball in there. We'll see when the game starts. Faye's also known, as you'd be aware, for coming out and taking some frees and long distance frees, so that might be an opportunity if we feel there are frees in the game today.
It is. I just found it interesting. I thought Ciara Tierney was getting massive distance on hers against Cork. Now it's something I think Dublin had to work on just from a goalkeeping point of view. We weren't winning too many of the puck outs. So even when we went long, we weren't winning the break. A couple of times obviously we were, but then we were going short then. We were giving the short puck out to the fullback, who was only hitting it as far as Ciara Tierney was driving it herself. So I'm a bit baffled by the kind of setup of the puck outs currently. So it might have something to do with the change, because I think Ciara has been playing very well. So and again, I suppose it's only when the game starts we'll see what the management have in store for that. I think the other thing I'd say about today's game is when you think back to the relegation playoff between these two teams, there was 1 point in it. A very, very tight game, could have gone either way. Waterford were missing a couple of their players on the day. There was Siobhán Harney, 2 of their backs, Siobhán Harney and Lorraine Bray, a former All-Star, were missing on the day, and they're both back today. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform and what change that might make. I think from a Dublin point of view, Sheila, the key thing is how they handle the 2 threats up front, Beth Carton at full forward and Niamh Rockett at centre forward. In the match against Down last week, Waterford scored 16 points and the players contributed the whole 16. and that's the worry. That is the worry. And I noticed when Beth Carton came out further away, so she's named a 14 on the edge of the square there, but I'd expect her to come out around the middle of the park as she did against Down, and she's just kind of menacing, and she's such a good hurler. It would look like she's striking it across the pitch. Her whole body language will tell you she's hitting it across the pitch, and then she'll give a deft little ball into the corner on the close side. So it's something that the Dublin surely will be clued into, and I'm sure they'll have some kind of tactical idea to stop that threat.
Yeah, I say they've thought about it during the week, and the other thing you'd notice watching the two stars for Waterford playing in the forwards, they have a almost telepathic understanding of each other, so when one is on the ball, it's very important that the Dublin defence are keeping an eye on the run of the other player. On the other hand, Dublin, while they haven't been scoring freely, Aisling Maher has scored well, and they've got clutch points in a couple of their matches now, which is important, and I think they need to keep their forwards moving as well. I think Dublin's attack plays best when the movement is there, and some good low ball into the inside forwards I think will be critical.
I absolutely agree with you. I think movement is kind of a really important against this Waterford side, and you would have seen it against Down and Waterford last week. Down went 5-1 up before the first water break, and it was constant movement from the down forwards. The Waterford backs were at 6s and 7s, and I'd imagine with that full forward line today that's what Dublin is going for, that the long ball into the corner forwards, keep it low, and there's the threat, and I'd imagine they'd be hoping for a couple of goals today. But I think the scoring ratio from play and that has been improving the whole time. I know, okay, 5 points from play against Cork wasn't fantastic, but at the end of the day they ended up with 12.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the last time we scored 12 against Cork. And we fought till the end.
Yeah,
so
I think it was important for Dublin last week because they let the goal in after very early on in the early couple of minutes, and while it was a great goal, it could have been disheartening and other Dublin teams might have put the head down, but they did fight, and Cork are good, to be fair, and I suppose both Dublin and Waterford will see this as an opportunity for a win today, so I don't see any team lying down or getting dispirited. I think they'll fight, and it's maybe at the end of the day it's those that extra little bit of effort and aggression may come out on top. I think the other thing I might add is I suspect all the Waterford players will know at this stage the great win their hurlers had earlier on, and that certainly give them a fillip, I would suspect, going into the game.
Absolutely. I was out driving in myself. They were all out in the cars listening to it, so it certainly gave them a lift. Hopefully their minds might be still on that when the ball is thrown here, but I don't know. I just think it's going to be a cracker of a match. I'm looking forward to the matchups and seeing what kind of tactical changes both teams make, because Dublin in their own right, like Niamh Gannon is a serious threat in there. I think personally I'd like to see her out the park a bit, half back, half forward, but you know, she's a great ball winner, and she's great vision, so she's definitely one to watch, and I'd imagine they will be keeping an eye on her because she scored 2 from play there against Cork last week.
Yeah. I think both sets of management will be looking for their forwards maybe for goal chances. When you look at their records through the league, you know, there weren't a huge number of goals scored or even goal chances created by either team. Like Waterford in the league got 2 goals over 3 matches, one of them against Dublin in the relegation playoff, and Dublin got 4 goals over 4 matches. With no goals scored against Kilkenny, and again got the important goal, I suppose, from Aisling Maher against Waterford in the relegation match. But you'd be expecting a team to win here today, would need to get maybe a couple of goals to win the game, and neither Dublin or Waterford hit the back of the net in their respective matches last week, which is probably something they were working on during the week, I suspect.
Yeah, now I was impressed with the way Waterford defended the goal though against Down as well last week, so it's probably high on both teams' list to be conceding as well. But I do think the goals will be very important today. The wind as well, the breeze could be quite difficult to play with and against the breeze there today, because it is kind of swirly. It's not really behaving itself. So the long balls in, it could very easily drift on out over the end line, so it's look, I'm sure it's all been spoken about and addressed, and looking forward to kind of 2 lively full forward lines to see what happens.
And while the breeze is a bit twirling, everything else, and you know from your playing days, Sheila, everything else is almost perfect for as a player to go out there today. Like the pitch is in good nick, like most of the pitches around the country. The sun is out, and while it's warm, it's not as warm as it was during the week. So I can see both teams having a right rattle at it here today.
I think so, and just from talking to a couple of the girls before the match, the Dublin girls, there seems to be a good buzz. Even though they were beaten by Cork last week, it's like it's a must win. I was bringing down into the equation. They're like, there's no talk of down. It's just Waterford. You know, if we don't beat Waterford today, there's no down match. You know, okay, the match will go ahead, but you know, it'll be Waterford who progress. But so they're very, very focused on today's game and very hungry. And I think it's very important for Dublin Camogie, for Dublin to build on the relegation win and to get that win in championship today.
Yeah. I was interesting, Sheila, listening to Aoife Murray's Cork's comments during the week about the kind of two divisions, and you couldn't disagree with her. And I think it's important for Camogie in both. Now, obviously, we'll be hoping that it's Dublin today, but in counties like Dublin and Waterford and Wexford and Offaly, those counties to start pushing back up to be competing more strongly against the top four. And I think today is a big day for both of these counties to give an indication that they're ready to move in that direction.
Absolutely agree, and you couldn't possibly disagree with Aoife's comments. There is quite the gap, like you saw, 9 points there against Dublin, Cork and Dublin last week. I think Cork only beat down by 6 today. That's what I heard. So that was an interesting result, and it could have serious implications later on in the championship for Dublin. But there is a bit of a gulf there still, but you look at Tipperary, for example. A few years back they weren't firing at all.
Correct,
so it does give you hope that things can change, and with the correct structures in place, anything could happen. It is difficult in Dublin. It's difficult with the there's a lot of dual players as well, and I'm not saying that's obviously in Tipperary and Cork as well, but there doesn't seem to be the same drive or something. There's something missing, and I don't know, is it the structures that are in place? I know the efforts are being made in the under 16, under 18 and the development squads and everything, but I'd love to just see it kind of Dublin competing at the underage levels as well.
And you're right, Dublin and Tipperary were at a level 4 or 5 years ago, but Tip seemed to have pushed on, and Dublin haven't yet. Now, Dublin got to the All-Ireland semi-final, was it 2017, but haven't looked like getting there in the last couple of years. So this is a big year, and today is a big day to see can they get that far.
It's huge, but look, the change in managements over the years. Shane O'Brien did amazing stuff. Then Herity came in and got us to All-Ireland semi-final, and then a different management, and then it kind of. A win was hard to come by that year, and now they've serious management in place again now. So it's definitely a building thing for Dublin at the moment. But and that's, for me, that's why the win today is so important.
And I did note that Miriam Kelleher mentioned during the week that there was great confidence that the current management team are working very well, but are also there for 3 years, because I think there's a need. I'm not saying we don't do it today, but there's a need to push on this year, next year, the following year, and then have something for the younger players coming through to aim at.
That's it. Like, and I have something, have the underage players. I was kind of disappointed when I was looking at the young players, the underage players, and their player profiles, and their a player they most admire. There was scarcely a dub. I think Louise O'Hara was mentioned once or twice. And it's disheartening, and I have to say I was a bit. Look, I want you want as a player to make people proud of you, and want want to have role models there for the younger ones, and I think this is a huge opportunity for Dublin to go, listen girls, this is the sport, we can progress at this, and for the younger Dublin people to have those idols and kind of heroes out there on the pitch.
Well, Sheila, we're almost ready to go. The two teams are lining up. Interesting to see. Dublin are playing with the breeze from the golf club end towards the stand end in the first half. Looking around, I don't see any significant positional changes yet.
Just there, you see Roshan Baker has picked up Rocket, and Murren Kelleher has gone in on Beth Carton, so that's already an interesting change.
Interesting move,
and we've Grania Quinn out in the wing there, and Hannah playing in midfield.
Right, and the ball is thrown in. And Waterford win the throw in, and the ball is up into the corner. Sarah Lacy from Dungarvan. Back, high ball dropping into the square. Faye McCarthy bursts out, takes the ball and delivers it to the wing. Delivers it into the wing, and it's taken by Emma O'Byrne. Emma O'Byrne drives a long ball into the inside forward line. Kerry Finnegan from Fogs gets possession, hand passes, free ball out the middle, and Hannah Hegarty has the ball, burst pass, pays it inside, and there's a lovely strike and a ball straight over the bar from Jodie Couch from Oliver Plunkett's. Lovely interplay from the Dublin half forwards there, Sheila.
Brilliant score there, and it all came from Faye's reading of the drop ball in. Shot that dropped short, Faye burst out, great ball out, and very, very well worked score there from the Dublin forwards.
It's interesting, puck out from Brianna O'Regan, and it held up in the wind. It's been doubled on. Deirdre Johnson takes it on the 45 and again plays an intelligent ball out, and unfortunately it's just bounced over the line. Aoife Whelan couldn't keep it in play. Line ball for Waterford on their own 65, or just outside the 65. And I think it's Lorraine Bray. No, sorry, it's Claudia Carl, number 5. Both of them wearing red helmets. Niamh Rockett wins the line ball, takes Roisin Baker on, but Roisin defends extremely well and blocks it down. Plays the ball out to Hannah Hegarty, and Emma Flanagan from midfield drops the ball in, and Aisling Maher's on her own, her marker Siobhán Harney, and Aisling Maher, lovely strike, left hand over the bar from 40 metres. Unfortunately for Waterford, Siobhán Harney, in running out for that ball, looks like she has injured her knee.
She was screaming in agony there. I actually feel for Aisling was a bit lucky there the way the ball broke, and unfortunately Siobhán went down, but she immediately was calling at the sideline. So I hope it's not serious damage there, but it doesn't look well.
Good now.
I wish the best there. That's very disappointing. But in fairness to Aisling, she composed herself there, knowing that that
she had the time.
But knowing that somebody's down there writhing in agony, and she still had the composure there to knock it over. Like it's kind of the ruthlessness that I'd like to see in Dublin. But I genuinely hope now Siobhán is okay. I've suffered plenty of those injuries myself.
Yeah.
I know what she's feeling right now. So
as I mentioned before the game too, Sheila, she was one of their 2 players that missed out, a critical player missing in the relegation playoff against Dublin. So you would just hope for her sake that it's not the same injury back again. It's hard to watch. A player who's struggling like that, suffering like that, yeah.
And unfortunately, when it happens, you kind of know. You know yourself that, and sometimes you get away with it. It seems worse than it is, but after a couple of minutes. But she's back to her feet now. So.
On her feet,
Sometimes when you do it right, you get a fright and you think, oh God, not the same thing again, and then you kind of calm down a little bit, and hopefully that's what's happened here.
Yeah, she's looking comfortable enough there now, so I suspect she'll keep going. While we're waiting for her to keep going, there's a number of clubs and players sent in messages to get a shout out today. One of them is the under-15 team from Lucan, wishing all the girls the best today and thrilled that they're back playing Camogie themselves. So good shout out to the 15s in Lucan. So the puck out coming from Brianna O'Regan now into the breeze. Dublin 2-0 up. Puck out landing out around the middle of the field.
It was unbelievable strength there from actually Roisin Baker earlier when Niamh Rockett got the ball, and that's what Roisin is known for. She has serious strength out there, and that's probably why she's been put on Rockett to stop those bursting runs. But
using it very wisely without giving the free away.
Abs just stood her ground.
For Wexford from the 65. Good ball in, and the number 15, Vicky Falconer, to win possession. Emma Flanagan wins it behind the half-back line, delivers the ball out. Grania Quinn, first time on the ground, delivers it up into the corner. And Niamh Gannon comes out to win the ball. But the Keelan Barry, the cornerback, possession, but it breaks in, and it's Kerry Finnegan with a strike from the sideline. And it is, that's an incredible score.
Absolutely beautiful.
Incredible score, Sheila, from the sideline from Kerry Finnegan.
I don't know where she got the guts to plug that one from, but that was incredible. Great work from the Dublin defence as well. Flano back there helping out, and very clever play from Grania Quinn just to pull on that ball. And hard work from Gannon, and what a sublime score there from Kerry Finnegan.
again, Dublin win the puck out. Grania Quinn to Hannah Hegarty, and Aoife Whelan takes the ball onto her left, plays a low ball into the corner, and the girl has gone down again, but Aisling Maher plays on and strikes the ball, goes for goal. Great save by the Waterford goalkeeper. Finnegan wins the ball again and strikes it over the bar.
Oh, it's gone wide.
Sorry, ball has gone wide. Umpire knocks it wide. Unfortunately, in that play again, Siobhán Harney has gone down, and certainly even up here we could hear the scream. Unfortunately,
I don't know, Janice. What's the protocol there? Like, she was clearly in terrible pain, and you know, obviously I'm a Dub and I want Dublin to score, but should the match have been held up there, do you think, or is it just head injuries?
It's a hard call. It's head injuries, yeah. I think the referee's guidelines are that if there's a head injury, fortunately from a Waterford point of view the ball went wide, but you'd have to say it was a missed opportunity from Dublin. But having seen her get up the last time, I doubt in this case that
I don't think so,
and be able to continue on looking at this.
It's very unsettling. She's in a terrible amount of pain there.
There's a break, and they're calling for a stretcher at this stage. It's a strong opening for Dublin. 6-7 minutes, not 7 minutes gone, and 3 points up on 3 scores from play.
It's very nice. So it's not often you'd say that about a Dublin Camogie team, so it's nice to see the score taken away there. It's great work in the defence, I think. I think the homework has been done there.
Good battling.
Good battling and good positioning, though. You know, we're not all going for the ball, and we're standing back, and you know, just clever play, waiting for the breakout. Like Flano cleaned up there and created a score just from hanging back a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's something we haven't really been doing very well. Is, you know, we've all been diving into the ruck, and that clever little pass out or pop out hasn't been happening. So
I know it's early days, Sheila, but there's the combination of 1 or 2 short passes around the middle to create the space, and then quick ball into the inside forward line. And we've had the 2 scores from one Aisling Maher, and then Kerry Finnegan from that ball into the forwards. Clever ball into the forwards. So
it's 3 different scorers as well, from the forward line, and you know, Jodie Couch's lovely score to settle the nerves, I suppose, at the start.
Yeah. It looks like we're going to have a couple of minutes of a break here, Sheila. The stretcher is out for the Waterford player, and both teams have now gone over into their huddles and just to keep the ball moving, because I think we may have a couple of minutes here. While we're doing that, I might just maybe give 1 or 2 more shouts out to the club, mostly young players that come in. So we had 2 girls from Scoil Maloga who will be watching online and supporting their St Jude's clubmates. So Mia and Kushla from Scoil Maloga sent and the best wishes to them, and great to hear that you're listening in today and supporting your clubmates and all the rest of the Dublin
I'll have to
players.
jump in there and say Dí Vulvor le Mia agus Kushla, and Shin Musculcha Fain, so it's very nice to hear from me and Kushla Mashiv.
Gordon a lot better than I'd be at that. We have a shout out from Alana O'Brien, who's with the under 11s in the Fina, wishing the best of luck to all the Dublin girls today. We have another one from the under 14s team in Thomas Davis, from Sarah. So great to hear from you, Sarah, listening in today, and again supporting the Dubs on under 14. And again, another Nafina, 2 young girls from Nafina, Emily from the 2010 group and Amy from the 2008 group. Hi Emily and hi Amy, and great to hear the 2 of you there.
There's one there, of course, another one from Jews. I'm getting the Jews ones here. We'll send them in, but all the ladies in Jews want to wish the girls a massive luck today, and hope they win. But they are also hanging around for Olympian Nadia Power, who's racing in Tokyo next week, who's actually a near Scalora of Scumaloga as well. But possibly from the Jews crowd, they reckon if she wasn't running for Ireland, that she might even be out in the pitch for the Dubs today. So best of luck to Nadia Power from all at Jude's, and of course all of us here from Dublin Camogie. Maria wishes all the Nafina girls and the Dublin Camogie team the best of luck against Waterford today. So Maria, thanks a million for that shout out. This is fantastic. I love these shout outs. Keep them rolling, keep them coming.
Both teams are beginning to line up now again, and unfortunately Siobhán Harney is being taken off the pitch on a stretcher, which nobody likes to see. So we just wish Shabelle the best and hope that the injury is not too serious. So again, the game will restart probably about a 3-minute delay there, which we must remember coming up to half time. So a shorter puck out, but the referee asked it to be taken back because the injured player wasn't fully off the pitch. So Brianna O'Regan again lining up to take the puck out.
It's interesting how the Dubs are splitting the Waterford players now and just trying to read anything that comes out there from Brianna O'Regan.
Taking her time with this puck out now.
It's frustrating from a goalie point of view when you give a lovely puck out and then it's called back. You're like,
yeah. The voice of experience. This one goes long, dropping in around the middle of the field. And Dublin knocked out off the Dublin stick, Ali Toomey's stick. And it out for a sideline, taken by Lorraine Bray. And the ball is won by Abby Flynn. Abby Flynn plays it up the wing, and it's Lorraine Bray again. Drives the ball across the field into the D. Well batted out by Roisin Baker and won by Emma Flanagan. Emma's blocked down by Beth Carton at the edge of the square. A tussle for the ball, and the referee is giving a free in. Emma Flanagan had possession there, going back towards her own goal, maybe a hand pass back to the goalkeeper.
I think so. I think she thought about it, and then it was that delay then that gave Carton the time to get up to her to block it. I think the hand pass back phase more than comfortable under that. You know what I mean? So that was possibly just, maybe you can't even say a lack of experience, but maybe a bit of panic set in.
So we have Beth Carton lining up with her first strike at goal today, 12 minutes on the clock, and it should be Waterford's first score. And yes, indeed, it's a free from Beth Carton from just outside the 20-metre line.
No mistake. I'd say Dublin will be disappointed with that. It was a lovely strike from Beth Carton and a fantastic block, I have to say, as well. So well done to Waterford in that score.
So the first puck out for Faye McCarthy, and again she drives the ball well in to the inside forward line, and Ali Toomey doesn't get it up first time, working to get it up second time. Aisling Marr, ball is won by Waterford and defender bursting out. The midfielder actually working back there, Shona Curran working back, and the number 26 for Kate Lynch from Galtier has come on instead of Shabelle Heaney, clears the ball up, and Vicky Falconer has it, running towards the 45, plays the ball in, batted out, and Deirdre Johnson getting over it and bending down over it, and hand on the back, says the referee. So he has awarded a free out to Dublin in the middle of the D, and Faye McCarthy is coming out to 25 or 26 metres to take it. So where would you expect this to land, Sheila?
I'd imagine the full forward line pushing back. They'll be pushing back there now and running out into the space. There's plenty of space there in between the 45 and the 21, so I'd say Aisling Marr might be receiving this one.
It's a good strike from Faye, and yes, it's dropping in around the large parallelogram, and Waterford are fighting hard for it. Their midfielder Ciara Griffin back working there and is bursting out with the ball, and under the new rules takes the quick free out of her hand. Ball is dropping in, Eve O'Brien goes for it, Beth Carton wins, but Miriam Kelleher gets between Carton and the ball, and the ball is poked towards the sideline by Miriam Kelleher and gone over the line.
Fantastic defending there from Waterford to get that ball up and very quick on the new rule, driving it up, but it was well won by Miriam there. But Beth Carton's always looking dangerous, isn't she? Yeah, and Miriam
started half a step behind her, but got herself in a good position. Line ball for Sarah Lacy, plays it out to Abby Flynn. Abby Flynn gets inside the 13-metre line, tries the hand pass. It falls to the ground, but she gains possession again, worked back out to the 20-metre line, and a strike from Shona Curran. And that's a lovely strike over the bar. Lovely pass back from Flynn, back out to Shona Curran.
A well worked score there from Waterford. Great interplay. Murren took a heavy enough knock there to the head, so I hope she's going to be all right, fit to continue, because she's doing a fairly good job there on Beth Carton so far. Like you said, she kind of passed her out there, didn't she, to drive that ball over. And that's what you want from a goalkeeping point of view. I know I keep going back to that, but you want the ball clear, the danger area just clear, and that's what Murren did very well there. But Waterford are worryingly kind of settling into the game now, and their interplay is excellent. They're defending, they're kind of batting it down to each other rather than just a kind of an aimless bat. So it's certainly turning into quite the game we were expecting anyway.
Yeah, after that break, Waterford seemed to have come out that little bit sharper. Won 2 or 3 good balls in the defence now, and they've worked it up. We're just waiting. Muireann Kelleher's injured or recovering here from that knock. She looks like she's okay to recover and take her position on Beth Carton again. She is indeed. So Faye McCarthy with her second puck out after Waterford's second score. Again a long puck out down the right hand side of the pitch, and very well won by Keela Barry. Maybe Niamh Gannon was waiting too much for the ball to come to her. Grania Quinn wins the ball up the right wing, plays it across the field, and Ali Toomey again is in position but doesn't take possession. One of the scrums going on for the ball here, but picked up by Shona Curran. Shona Curran bursting out, and again tackled by Aoife Whelan, and hands around the shoulder, and referee gives a free from about 50 metres out, and this could be a long free into the Dublin dangerous area.
It's fantastic defending again there from Waterford, but Ali had no support there. There was 3 Waterford players around her, so no doubt Waterford came out with that one.
And Beth Carton has the ball, plays it across, great ball across, and we talked before the game about Rocket and Carton, and Rocket wins that ball, throws the hand pass back out to Falconer, but again good defence by Dublin. Grania Quinn plays it out the wing, and we have Emma O'Byrne taking the ball and driving out from the Dublin defence, and a great clearance down the middle, and Kerry Flanagan almost takes it in her hand but doesn't take full possession, but there's great fighting going on there, and the ball is driven out on the ground, but Ali Toomey wins it 45 metres out, takes the player on and strikes from 45, and strikes a beautiful ball over the black spot from Ali Toomey.
Absolutely lovely score from Ali. She knew exactly how much time and space she had. It was a kind of a snapshot clearance from Waterford, but Ali pounced on it, and a beautiful drive over the bar there.
So another puck out from Brianna O'Regan. Oh, the referee has called for the water break.
Waterford were crying out for a free there on the wing, as Emma O'Byrne kind of shrugged off the challenge, but I think her elbow might have caught the Waterford player, and she went down. I don't know, some refs would have given it, but luckily for Dublin there that the ref waved play on.
But in that last attack, we had a very good free from Orla Hickey, the Waterford centre back, found Beth Carton out here 30 metres out, and as you were commenting before the match, Sheila, she had a quick look around, and Niamh Rocket had run across the far side of the pitch, and she was picking her out, and the ball found her, but the Dublin defence held solid in that occasion, but it is something that Dublin will need to be watching.
It did. It would. You notice as well. It didn't. Strangely enough, for once, it didn't go to Rocket's hand. Like her first touch let her down, which gave the Dubs the chance to swarm her. But again, Roisin's Baker's strengths. Like I'd say that's going to really frustrate her. I'd say it's very difficult to play against somebody who's not fouling you, but you can't actually get away from them either. You know. So I think that was a good matchup, and I'm interested to see how that pans out, I suppose, for the rest of the game.
The other thing I've noticed is that when Dublin defend, like Roisin went in that time on Niamh Rocket, that earlier on you had Emma Flanagan coming back and covering behind to pick up, and at that occasion Grania Quinn was in behind to pick up, so they're working well to support the player that's tackling, which will be important against those key attackers.
It is. What do you think though in around the middle of the park then? Do you think they're just going to bypass, or do we think do we need a bit more of a performance from Hannah Hegarty in the middle of the park to try and get things motoring a bit more?
It's interesting. Both sets of midfielders are winning more ball in their defence. Like the Waterford two midfielders, Shona Curran and Ciara Griffin, have won a number of balls now in around their own 45, as has Emma Flanagan for Dublin. And we haven't seen Hannah Hegarty on the ball enough yet, probably from a Dublin point of view. So it'll be interesting, as you say, to see how it develops. But both teams are bypassing midfield a bit.
I'd like to see Hannah more in the game, because when Hannah Hegarty plays to her ability, it's a different game altogether. And at the moment,
the game is restarting now again with Brianna O'Regan with a puck out, and again she's going long. And batted down by Muireann on out the middle of the field, Miriam Kelleher, but possession is won by Waterford, driving forward, but Grania Quinn comes out. But the ball is won and picked up by Abby Flynn, who started the game quite well. Referee playing advantage for Waterford, who might be a bit disappointed because Flynn had got away there, but he pulled it up. So this is a free in, almost dead straight in front of the goal, 45 metres out, and Beth Carton, stating the obvious, is lining up to strike this one.
I'm surprised he actually waved advantage there, because Grania had no hurling. She's kind of all day long on a foul, but
there was no argument, it was a free.
Absolutely not, no.
Beth Carton strikes it well, and it's over the bar. So it's now 4 points to 3, Dublin 4, Waterford 3. And interestingly, all of Dublin's scores have come from play, 2 Waterford's and frees. Long strike from Faye McCarthy, again going down on the right hand side. Niamh Gannon plays it through, but Orla Hickey is playing as a sweeper there, centre back, holding the centre back position, playing as a sweeper. The clearance out to the middle of the field. Waterford pick it up. Ball played back to number 9, Ciara Griffin, drives a ball long, and the referee pulls it back. He must have been playing an advantage there.
He was there. I think Hannah Hegarty came in just a loose enough challenge, I think, and a fair enough to Waterford free it. You couldn't be arguing with it, really.
So the ball is back out, and Waterford number 9 lining up to hit it. Ciara Griffin, almost at the midfield, just slightly inside her own half. This is a long one into the breeze now. This more than likely will drop in around the square, I suspect.
Plenty of movement from the Waterford forwards as well.
She strikes it well, and yes, indeed, it is dropping in around the square. Breaks to good defence, broke, and Dublin have cleared it back out to the edge of the D. Emma Flanagan out. Carton has the ball. Beth Carton off her left hand. A superb strike off her left hand from just outside the D.
It was a lovely strike, well defended by Dublin. Shades of a square ball there for me, but sure, look, we'll have to let it go. The ball is over the bar, and it's a point for Waterford. But
so
4
all now, and long cook out coming from Faye McCarthy again, down in towards, and Ali Toomey waits for the break, takes it on, plays a nice hand pass out to Aisling Marr. Aisling is running at the defence, strikes the ball, and for the second time, unfortunately, strikes it on the left and to the left of the post and wide. That's Dublin's second wide of the game, both coming from this wing here.
She'd be disappointed with that one.
She would be very.
It's wrong, and it's wide on the wrong side, I suppose, as well. And Niamh Gannon was onside her. Perhaps the pass and a goal chance could have come, but
took out from Brina, works its way through to Vicky Falconer. Waterford corner forward, playing out in the half forward line, wins the ball, gets the hand pass out to their other, to Abby Flynn. Abby Flynn taking on the Dublin defence, strikes the ball in. Rocket is 1-on-1 with Roisin Baker. Roisin gets a half block in, and Faye McCarthy takes the ball and drives it out this left wing. Ali Toomey in front. Hannah Hegarty wins the ball, drives a good ball in, but over the head of Aisling Marr, and Orla Hickey, the sweeping centre back, is out to take it, and a free is awarded. Orla Hickey was in front of Aisling Marr. Referee judges that her hand was on the back, and it's a free out for Dublin. And Ciara Griffin is back 45 metres from her own goal now, the Waterford midfielder, to hit this free.
Fair enough. I think Waterford could have got a free earlier on. I think there was a little bit of a tug on Niamh's
for Beth Carton
jersey.
But it's won by Sarah Lucy. Sarah Lucy wins the ball 45 metres out, then finds a gap in the defence, works her way through, strikes a superb ball from 40 metres out over the bar, and that's Waterford in the lead.
Savage point there from Sarah Lacy under serious pressure, and just drove it between the sticks against a bit of a breeze. Now I don't know how strong the breeze is now, but that was a brilliant score from Waterford.
So change of this puck out, Faye McCarthy tries a short one to Grania Quinn, who doesn't take possession the first time. And I think Dublin were fortunate there. There were two players tackling the Dublin player there, and the referee's given a free, and he's now moved it up for not allowing Grania Quinn take the quick free. So Faye McCarthy is striking out, and again we commented before the match, Sheila, that this is something that she has the capacities to put a ball over from here.
We discussed it, and the first one went in, and it's a backs ball all day. You know, I'd want her to be playing it out in front of the corner forwards here, but
yeah, either over the bar or play it to the forwards.
that's a couple of balls have gone in, and Orla Hickey has cleaned up where the Dublin forwards haven't read the breaking ball through, so I'd like that to change.
That one is dropping to the left of the goal, broken down by Aisling Maher. And Waterford defending very well there. The Waterford number 5, Clodagh Carroll, bursting out with the ball, strikes it out, but it comes to Ali Toomey, and Ali again puts a lovely ball over the bar from the left-hand wing.
Great
Two
positioning
lovely
there.
strikes, yeah.
And great positioning, read it very well. Waterford point of view, I'd say they probably could have worked it out. They had a couple on the wing, but it was driven out. Ali read it and popped it over the bar. And another great score for Ali. It'll give her great confidence now.
Yeah. Again, looking for Beth Carton from the puck out. Ball was beaten down. Ali Toomey goes to win it, but the Shona Curran wins it, being tackled by 3 Waterford players. And again, the referee judges that the tackle was high with the arm, not with the stick, was high, and Beth Carton has an opportunity. In this case now, not an easy one, Sheila.
Not with that swirly wind again. I know I keep talking about it, but it's kind of fascinating me there. The flags are going all sorts of ways now. But
so it's only about 2 metres in from the sideline here on the right hand side and striking towards the goal. And it's a superb strike. We're right behind it here, and that didn't deviate one bit from once she struck it.
No, she's an absolutely unbelievable free taker. Even last week she was almost unerring. Like, I think she missed a couple, but she got the all-important one at the end as well last week. So you just can't be giving her those opportunities. I think it was a foolish foul, really.
It was a needless foul. Puck out from Faye McCarthy down the right wing this time, and again won by Waterford, who are bursting out their cornerback. High ball going in 30 metres out from the Waterford goal, or from the Dublin goal, and the attempted hand pass from Sarah Lacy intercepted by Roisin Baker, who loses control of the ball, and Abby Flynn takes the ball. Niamh Rocket is free inside, and she's now one-on-one with the goalie, but just misses the pick-up, and Faye McCarthy comes out and smothers the shot. That was and Niamh Rocket buries the ball in the back of the net at the second opportunity. Dublin would be very disappointed, say, with that, because Niamh Rocket had missed the first chance unusually. Faye McCarthy blocked it, but she picked up the rebound and buried it. So that puts Waterford 1-6 to 5 points ahead.
Bullet of a score, and credit to Niamh Rocket. She fumbled and just didn't. She was like a dog with a bone there. Good save from Faye. She'd be disappointed that the backs couldn't get rid of it, but what a bullet to the net, and fair play to Waterford. A well-worked goal. So
long puck out from Faye, and the Waterford substitute, Kate Lynch, who came on for the injured Sinead Harney, wins the ball, plays it up to Sarah Lacy. Sarah, again, their 2 corner forwards playing way out, looking for Niamh Rocket on the far wing. Niamh and Roisin Baker having a great battle. Roisin got in front of her, and the referee judged Niamh Rocket to have the hand on the back. So it's a free from the Dublin 45. Grania Quinn takes it, drives the ball into Kerry Finnegan. Kerry takes in her hand and rounds the Waterford full back. And again strikes, again struck the ball from the similar position that she put one over previously, put it wide, but the referee has pulled it back and is giving a free in to Dublin. I didn't see what that was for, Sheila.
I didn't see it, but the Waterford players are absolutely irate. The ref is saying it's for a tug on the jersey. I'll hold my hand up and say I didn't see it, but sure, we'll take it. It was it would have been incredible if she had got another one from that point, but
from there it was probably a bit ambitious.
A little bit. I was a bit disappointed there, Dennis, with the Dublin conceding that goal. There was 3 Dublin players there, 1 Waterford player, and it was the Waterford that came out. And to me, that's kind of communication. It's like we're holding back, expecting somebody else. Like, just take ownership and go for it.
So a very tough free now for Aisling Maher, maybe 27, 28 metres out, almost on the sideline in front of the stand, getting encouragement from the Waterford supporters, and she puts the ball wide.
Great sportsmanship there, all right,
So we've about 27 minutes gone, but I suspect to be 3-4 minutes. Puck out from Brianna O'Regan, looking for Lorraine Bray, who takes possession, maybe a bit too easily, and she's carrying the ball into the middle of the field. Working way through, drives the ball in, and Beth Carton has got a couple of metres on Wirrin Kelleher this time. She takes the ball and trying to come in, she's got inside her, and the referee playing advantage, but the ball was put over by Beth Carton.
It was good pressure from her in there, but as we saw, he was playing an advantage. So she in the ref side, she was fouling there. But she's certainly putting Carton under pressure. She's not getting anything easy. But Dublin will have to up it. They need to get scores now on the board before they go in at half time.
Puck outs from Faye McCarthy. Ray takes it, drives the ball up the field. Sarah Lacy takes the ball, takes on Emma O'Byrne. A referee playing advantage again. Ball into the middle of the field. And there's no advantage, so it's coming back again, almost in the exact same position that Beth Carton put her last free over from, 45-46 metres out, one in from the sideline.
The difference I'm seeing at the moment is Waterford are very clever on the ball, so like they're using the solo to get out of trouble, and they're finding each other. Where Dublin don't necessarily always use the solo to get out of trouble. We seem to run into trouble, so it's just. I was talking about the unity in the Dublin team beforehand, but at the moment it's Waterford that are impressing me with their interplay.
So Beth strikes that one for the first time. She just didn't catch that right, and it went well to the right of the post and wide. So with 28.5 gone, it's Waterford 1-7, Dublin 5 points. With double scores, which will disappoint Dublin after their strong start. Puck out from Faye McCarthy down the right. Aoife Whelan went for it, but it came off Ciara Griffin and is a sideline for Dublin, about 60 metres out from the goal. Grania Quinn lining up to hit it for Dublin. Grania Quinn gets the ball in around the square, but Niamh Gannon didn't take possession on Orla Hickey again. It's something Sheila Dublin are going to have to watch. She's winning every ball, or many balls back there. Plays it out to Lorraine Bray. Lorraine Bray plays it up the corner, looking for Beth Carton. Beth knocks it down for herself and takes possession, and again strikes a ball from the 21 metre line and left and wide. I'd say Beth will be disappointed with that one, Sheila.
She will, and worryingly for Murren there, she's getting on a lot of ball now, and it's kind of surprising that she's got put the free wide and that one wide, but you'd be a bit worried if she's going to correct that now. And
so puck out from Faye McCarthy again. Ali Toomey was in position, but Dublin or Waterford win the ball played across to midfielder Griffin, again another player who's picking up a lot of ball at this stage. Plays a ball in for Niamh Rockett. Roisin Baker gets ball side and wins the ball out the wing, but it's picked up by Vicky Falconer. Drops the ball in. Faye McCarthy comes and takes the ball. Short clearance to Eve O'Brien. Eve O'Brien drives a long ball into the Waterford defence. Very well taken by Kerry Finnegan, who's taken off and soloing and is pulled down. Absolutely no argument of that being a free. Very well taken by Kerry Finnegan.
Beautiful catch.
The first ball, I was going to comment a couple of minutes ago that Dublin hadn't been winning ball in there, which was causing them a problem.
And I was just about to comment as well. Another high ball into kind of nothing, but in fairness to Kerry there, she rose up above the rest, and what a catch.
And interestingly now, that's the Waterford centre back who's been picking up a lot of ball on a yellow card.
Yeah, she's reading the game so well. Like, she's having an absolute stormer.
So Ashley Marr with a free straight in front now, 26 metres out, and drives it straight through.
No
Dublin's
mistake
first
there.
score for a while, and first score from a free.
I'd love to see Ashley Marr get into the game a bit more, get a few more scores from play, and kind of get that kind of in play confidence going. It's clear she has it for the frees, but we need a little bit more from her.
Puck out, missed by Deirdre Johnson, and 15 Falconer. Vicky Falconer is going away, and she has serious speed. Drives the ball in and puts the ball over the bar. That's a super score from Vicky Falconer. And again, from a Dublin point of view, you'd be worried about the speed that she got away with from the Dublin defence there.
It's just that Waterford seem to be getting their scores kind of a lot easier than Dublin. You know, their interplay is just amazing. They're finding each other, and their first touch is incredible. So.
Again, puck out from Faye McCarthy down the right hand side, and the referee is adjudged that the Dublin forward Niamh Gannon was being held by her marker Keela Barry. So Ashley Marr with another free. This one is 40 metres out to the right.
I think that matchup has gone pretty well for Waterford, though. Niamh Gannon has been fairly quiet, and Barry's definitely winning the battle at the moment. But
she's doing a good job on her. Mars strikes, and she has put it over the bar. Goalkeeper, like a lot of goalkeepers do, Sheila, waving it wide, but a good strike because it wasn't the easiest free. So it's back to 1-8 to 7 points, back to a 4-point game. And Dublin's second score from a free. Puck out middle of the field. Again, won by Roisin Baker, very strong under that. Again, blocked by Beth Carton. That's 2 superb blocks. Short ball into Niamh Rocket, but she doesn't get possession. Carton does. Takes the ball, Miriam Kelleher going inside her. And again, free, won by Beth Carton. And this one was only about 22-23 metres out.
I don't know, is there a rule in Camogie for persistent fouling? I don't know, is there...
I think he's going in talking to Miriam Kelleher.
I kind of saw that coming, so the next one was probably a yellow.
Yeah. The worrying thing from a Dublin point of view there is that in 2 or 3 those scrum type situations, and Waterford are coming out with the ball in the last 3 or 4 occasions. Beth Carton hits this one. Not her cleanest strike, but it goes over.
It goes over and it's on the board, so 1-9 to 7. Waterford have really upped their game now since Jabale has gone off, and you wonder, has that inspired them a little bit just to kind of, up their game and do it for her, who's I hope is making a recovery already. But we spoke about that before the match as well, Dennis, about how players respond to sending offs and injuries like that. And in fairness to Waterford, they've really stood up now since that injury earlier on in the game.
So we're 34 minutes into the game, and we did say there'd be 4 or 5 minutes of injury time due to the unfortunate injury. Line ball for Waterford. Lorraine Bray strikes it. Great touch by Shona Curran, wins the ball, takes on the Dublin players and wins her free. And as you were commenting earlier on, Sheila, they have the habit of taking the ball and driving at the Dublin players.
But it's a little bit frustrating when there's one Waterford player and 2 Dublin players, and the Waterford player comes out with it, But it does show Waterford's hunger and their first touch and everything. It just at the moment they're just that little bit better than Dublin.
Ciara Griffin with the free from midfield drives it in, looking for Niamh Rocket. And Abby Flynn wins possession, 30 metres out, taking on Emma Flanagan, running, has gone inside the 21 into the 14, plays it in, Faye McCarthy bats it out, Miriam Kelleher wins the ball and takes the player on and drives the ball down the wing, but taken by Niamh Rocket out on the 65, hand pass into the middle to Lorraine Bray, and Jodie Couch stands her ground, and Lorraine Bray runs straight into him. The referee gives the free for shoulder in and barging.
Yeah, he's saying she turned into it there and turned the shoulder into the chest. And in Camogie, once you stand your ground, and
it's actually a yellow card. He's giving a yellow card to number 7, Lorraine Bray. So that's two of the Waterford halfbacks on a yellow card now. So Faye McCarthy has come out 60 metres from her own goal to hit this free.
Yeah, so apparently the onus is on the player with the possession to dodge the tackle. So that's the rule there. So Dublin stood their ground, and hence the free was given.
So Faye strikes this one. It has a good strike, but swinging to the left. Yeah, it has gone to the left and wide. Be disappointed from a Dublin point of view. Again, it's coming in from the left and going wide on the left. And since we were kids, we were told if it goes wide, put it wide on the far side. Puck out from Waterford now. We're 6 minutes into injury time. And again, won by Sarah Lucy, plays the ball up. Lorraine Bray gets the ball, drives in, plays the ball across for Beth Carton, who takes it down for herself and breaks inside the defence. And Dublin come across. Beth Carton gets possession, plays it back out to Abby Flynn. Abby Flynn drives the ball to the net. Very good interplay by the Waterford forwards there.
So smart there from Carton. Like, she knew there was 3 or 4 Dublin players inside her, so she just had a quick look up, great pass across, and a goal written all over it. But just again, I just feel like the communication back there has let them down the last couple of
Dublin had
goals.
3 or 4 forwards or backs in position. Puck out has gone down the right hand side, and Niamh Rocket tackling, puts the ball out, and it's a line ball for Dublin.
Yeah, they started off so well in the back there, and it looked like the communication had been addressed and corrected. But those 2 goals, I just feel
good ball by Jodie Couch, but Aisling Maher is in there. But Orla Hickey again cleans up from behind the Dublin attackers. Ball bottled back. Emma Flanagan has the ball, tries a shot from 14 metres, drops into the goalkeeper, and she takes possession of the second opportunity. Ball back out to Ali Toomey, but again didn't take possession. Lorraine Bray bursting forward, drives the ball in, again a good ball in to the advantage of Beth Carton, who takes possession and is driving through, and from a difficult angle on the left puts the ball over the bar. Superb goal by Beth Carton.
Fantastic. And again the play up the pitch, Lorraine Bray coming out, soloing out of trouble, gives a lovely pass, and it's over the bar. Dublin, these short, they're dropping the balls short. They dropped I think 11 balls short against Cork, I think I counted. And from those 11, Cork were going up. Now they got 3 wides, but they also got a lot of scores. So like, if you don't kill the ball, you're creating trouble for yourself. You're creating work. Like I hate to see it. I just wish it was driven. I'd rather see it go wide than into the keeper's hands like that, because it's just creating the counter attack.
But it gives the defending team. So the referee has called for half time here after 8 minutes of injury time, and it's Port Lariga 2-10, Auclia 7 points. And after 5-6 minutes, Dublin were 3 points to nothing up. So in the last 25 minutes or so of real play, it's been 2-10 to 4 points, which I think, to be fair, Sheila, on the balance of play, you wouldn't argue usually with it.
No, you couldn't. And like we've been talking about the way Waterford are playing together, finding each other, the way Orla Hickey is just commanding things in there. But Dublin keep doing the same thing though. They keep firing the ball down, and the communication with the full forward line. So one full forward goes out to collect it, goes over her head, and Orla Hickey is in there. There's nobody reading that, and that's happened 3 or 4 or 5 times now. So like, change it, do something different, give a lower ball in. Let's give the Dublin forwards a bit more of a chance, or just get talking to each other, get a bit of belief going.
I think maybe with the playing, sometimes when you're playing with the wind, Sheila, sometimes you do go for the big long kind of, I won't say unintelligent ball, but a big long ball. So maybe with playing against the wind in the second half, they'll be forced to play the ball in, the type of ball you're looking for. But if they do, it's important that the forwards make the ball stick. I think the difference in the last 20 minutes is that when the ball is going into Beth Carton and it's going into Sarah Lucy in the corner, the balls are sticking with them. And then they either have the chance to take the shot on, or there's players running off them. So I think it's critical from the Dublin point of view that those balls coming in are made stick. And
the Waterford players, in fairness, they're attacking the ball. There's no waiting for it, the nice handy ball into their hand. They're working for it, and it's sticking. But like we saw, unfortunately, Niamh Gannon there kind of hanging around for a ball, and it was intercepted, which created another scoring opportunity for Waterford. So there's little things, and you don't know, is it just the big day nerves? It's a must-win match for Dublin, really. After the loss to Cork last week.
Yeah, having said that, they started very well. We got one possession, we're winning the ball in the forwards, but after the as you mentioned, the Waterford reacted to the girl going off injured much better than Dublin did, and have effectively taken over the game. And Dublin need to do something really serious and drastic now to get back into this game. As we saw in the hurling matches last weekend, there's nothing lost yet, but it'll require significant effort from Dublin to get something out of this game now.
It would, but I'd be hopeful. Like we saw them last week. They never gave up against Cork, even though they were beaten, I suppose, with several minutes to go, and they were still fighting and getting a few scores on the board in the last 5 minutes of the game, where the old kind of Dublins mightn't have responded so well. So I'd be hopeful in the second half that they come out with kind of throw it at them. Let's just go at them and see where it takes us, because we do have the skill. The girls are very gelled. Donnie and Adrian have done a serious amount of work there in the background. So, and we do have great subs that can come on. So. Yeah.
Anyway, they're gone in to have their half-time drink, so we might do the same ourselves and take a short break. Okay, welcome back to Parnell Park here for the second half of this Senior All-Ireland Camogie match. And just to remind you, the half-time score is Waterford 210, Dublin 7 points. I'm just looking to see are there changes on either team. I see Aisling Carlin is on the Dublin team here. We'll work out now in a minute who the replacements are. Referee about
Elise Jamison Murphy has come in there in the right corner back position.
Looks like Deirdre Johnson
has made way.
Is gone, yeah, and the ball is thrown in, and immediately Lorraine Bray at midfield, who's moved out to midfield. Lorraine had played wing back in the first half, moved out to midfield, won that ball, was fouled, and again, very first minute of the game, second half, Ciara Griffin has a free from midfield. It'll be interesting now with the wind behind her. Strikes that very well, and straight over the bar.
Lovely strike there.
Interesting to see the effect of the wind there, and that she was dropping the balls in the first half against the wind and put that one straight over.
She judged it well though, went straight over the black spot.
It was a good score.
So it seems to be Aoife Whelan who's made way for Aisling Carlin there.
Very well taken by Niamh Gannon, who's taken on the water defence. She's going inside the 30-metre line, 20-metre line, puts the ball over off her left, but unfortunately from a Dublin point of view puts it wide.
It was a good run though.
Think, Sheila, it was a great run, but you'd have to think that Dublin need to be taking those chances.
They do, they absolutely do, but it's a bit more promising from Niamh, and hopefully even just the gathering of possession and the run might give her a bit of confidence.
So a long puck from Breen O'Regan, ball hopping around on the hard ground, won by Emma Flanagan, dropped, lost the ball in the tackle. Again, a schmozzle for the ball here in the middle of the field. And it's won by Abby Flynn, Waterford's number 12. One-handed strike, finds Niamh Rocket on the far wing, like it was all day. Roisin Baker putting serious pressure on her. Ball kicked forward by Dublin, kicked forward again by Aisling Carlin, but picked up by Keela Barry, who's playing very well as cornerback for Waterford. Barry puts it out to the left wing, and it's won by the number 5, Clodagh Carroll. Clodagh Carroll, and again the referee was playing advantage. Clodagh Carroll was half blocked. And
bit of a lazy challenge in fairness, but Waterford are hungrier, they're more eager to the ball. That's twice now Dublin have actually picked the ball up and Waterford players stolen it from their hurl, like, so you can see the desire, but I just love to see it, the Dublin players just come out and just
giving it a
throw caution to the wind now and just go for it.
So again, Ciara Griffin is now hitting a second free from almost the same spot as the first one, with the wind behind her. Gets the ball, strikes it well. What's the direction like this time? Left and wide this time.
It was well struck again, but
so Faye McCarthy, long ball out again, looking for Gannon again. Ball runs all the way through, and Niamh Gannon again went to pick it up, but Orla Hickey sweeps up again. Good tackle by the Dublin half forwards. And the ball goes out, and the line ball is given to Waterford over on the far side. Orla Hickey, the centre back, out to take it.
It's funny, there's 2 players inside the Waterford 45 from Dublin, now only 1, and if we're going to be getting scores, surely we need a couple more up there, you know.
Still a short line ball taken by Waterford. Lorraine Bray wins it, and again looking for Beth Carton. Beth Carton gets the ball and plays cross field, looking for Niamh Rocket, and who takes the ball in her hands and is taken down by Roisin Baker. Absolutely no argument with that. And again we had Carton finding Rocket with a superb cross field pass.
Remind you of the Italian captain in the Euros final there a little bit, dragging the jersey down. If it was hurling, I'd imagine that'd be a penalty now, clear goal scoring opportunity and all that.
Because she was very in, it was very close to being goal scoring,
I think she had to do it. I mean, it was unbelievable ball. Again, we're talking about the kind of magnet between Rocket and Carton, and just the shriek and across the pitch, into hand, amazing.
So Carton with a relatively easy free, sticks it over the bar again. So that's Beth Carton's 8th point of the game. Puck out from Faye McCarthy, finds Niamh Gannon, and she's taken on, that's her second ball winning, taken it on inside the 45. Good pressure from the Waterford defence, and she strikes a ball a weak effort, having won a great ball. Quick puck out by Waterford, out into the middle of the field finds Abby Flynn, who drives the ball again an angle ball in for Sarah Lacy. It looks like it might run on the hard ground. No, it doesn't. Sarah wins possession, takes on Eve O'Brien. Eve stands her up. She plays the ball back to Carton, and Beth Carton puts over a... No, the ball goes wide. Puck out from Faye McCarthy again. 2-12 to 7 points.
Much better movement from Niamh Gannon, but there was no support. There was 5 Waterford players around her, and the one run that was made by a Dublin player was actually into trouble, so she wasn't even free looking for the ball, you know. So we have to get the support play off the shoulder going, because when Dublin do that, it's actually quite threatening, you know. We did it a couple of times against Clare and we got 2 points off it, and you know, we can do it. I don't know why we lose belief and we stop doing it and trying to get these long balls in.
So long ball, Clodagh Carroll, low ball up the wing, and again comes off the corner forward Vicky Falconer, and line ball for Dublin. 50 metres out from their own goal. Hannah Hegarty lining it up. And she doesn't hit it properly at all. Short ball. And Vicky Falconer fighting for it for Waterford. And it's picked up by Muireann Kelleher. Muireann Kelleher bursting out. Plays a good ball up the left wing. Tried to be taken down by Ali Toomey, but again Orla Hickey picks the ball up behind the half forward line. Drives it across the field. Grania Quinn and Sarah Lacy in a race for the ball. Won by Quinn. Drives a strong ball up. Niamh Gannon underneath this one. Again wins possession. Lose it. Waterford get it back in the middle of the field. And again Waterford come out of the ruck with the ball. Abby Flynn taking on the defence, burst through 2 Dublin players. Great defence by Dublin. Ball comes back out and is won by Emma O'Byrne. Emma O'Byrne again took her time delivering and was blocked down. Hannah Hegarty doesn't get possession that time. And again Waterford, Shona Curran has the ball, bursting her way through, and the referee pulls up this time for barging. Good defensive work by Dublin that time, Sheila.
It is, but you know, it's the lack of urgency there and the driving up. Emma took far too long and it was blocked down, but there's the hunger of the Waterford team, you know. There's a gulfing difference there with the work rate of the Waterford girls. I don't know, I know it's hard when you come in at half time and there's 9 points in it, but you know, you have to pull it out. We're inter-county players, and I'd just like to see a bit more urgency and a bit of composure on the ball at the same time.
So Faye McCarthy out nearly on her own 45 to hit this free. You have to think Dublin need to start getting a couple of scores if they're going to be in this game at all. Ball won by Clodagh Carroll. Aisling Maher knocks the ball off her stick, and it's a line ball for Waterford. 65, 67 metres out from their own goal. Being taken by Ciara Griffin. It's a good ball by Ciara Griffin up the wing, blocked by Muireann Kelleher. Hannah Hegarty on the break, and again takes possession and is bursting out. Plays the ball out to Emma Flanagan. Emma plays it across to Jodie Couch. Jodie from midfield drops a high ball in, but into space where there's nobody other than Orla Hickey, the sweeping centre back for Waterford. Orla tries the clearance, good block down by Aisling Maher, but results in another line ball for Waterford on their own 20-metre line.
It's good work there from Aisling Maher, because it was really ball to nothing there. Orla Hickey's just sitting there.
Nowhere.
No. And she had time, you know. It didn't go to hand in the first place, then she had to kind of rush the puck, but and in fairness, Orla Hickey is reading the game.
She's reading it very well.
Intensely well, but it's like...
Again, a short puck. So there was a tussle for the ball there, 30 metres out, and Dublin have won a line ball. Aisling Maher standing over the line ball.
I suppose a 2-pointer here is out of the question, is it, Dennis?
Oh, yeah. And again, not a great line ball. Dublin in front, but she muzzled for the ball. And Shona Curran wins the dirty ball and is bursting out for Waterford, but is deemed to overcarry the ball, and it's a free in for Dublin.
I don't know, is it?
Oh,
What's he given?
oh no, he's giving it the other way.
I think she dropped the hurl. Now,
and I think there's a bit of confusion
he's
here as to
definitely
which
he's
way
definitely
the-
saying she dropped the hurl. Now, in my eyes,
Yeah.
she didn't
He
drop
pointed,
it.
He
Do you know?
pointed his hand the wrong direction. He has actually given the free to Dublin.
Yeah, he pointed his hand in the direction a few times. There's the
Yeah.
confusion, but that's what's annoying me with the new rule, and I know it annoyed a couple of the inter-county managers. Is anytime the ball hits the hurl hits the deck now.
That's well struck
It's
by
well
Ashton
struck, yeah.
Maher. That's an important score for Dublin.
But anytime
get
the
back
hurl
into
hits
it.
the deck now, it's a free.
Free.
But it's not always the case that they've dropped it.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't want to drop the hurl there. She was on her way out with the ball, you know. So, look,
Yeah.
we'll take it. It's a good score. Ashling Maher showed great
Yeah.
composure just to drive it over. So it
So
narrows
just-
the gap.
Just thinking about the substitutions there, just working out. Ashton Carlin was on at half time, and I think it's for Aoife Whelan. This looks like Sinead Wilde is coming on.
For
She's
Emma
going
O'Byrne.
into the forward line, and Emma Byrne going off. So I suspect
Ashton Carlin has dropped back
Ashton
then.
Carlin has dropped back, is right. And interestingly, Sinead Wilde has gone straight in on Orla Hickey. It'll be interesting to see now, does she take the space that Orla Hickey has been covering. Waterford win the puck out, and Curran is running from midfield. Referee playing an advantage, comes back to Carton. It's a half block, and the referee has bringing the ball back to play the advantage, or for Waterford advantage.
So that's the game. They want Orla Hickey free back there. They're calling for somebody else to come back and take Sinead Wilde or to go on to Niamh Gannon there. Sinead Wilde's moved into full forward, but they want Orla Hickey free to be sweeping because she, in fairness, she's cleaning
sweeping
up.
very
She's
well.
mopping up there.
So Carton again, 45 metres out, almost straight in front of the goal, and unusually strikes the ball right and wide. It's not what you'd expect. I think it's probably her second miss of the day out of about 9.
Suppose at least went wide on the right side, eh?
Yeah. Again, a puck out from Faye McCarthy was missed by the Dublin player. And Niamh Gannon fighting very hard for the ball there. To be fair, Niamh Gannon has really come into the game in the second half and winning ball. We could do it a little bit more end result, but she's winning the ball and giving Dublin some opportunity.
Absolutely, and the same for Kerry Finnegan. She did serious work earlier to get a lovely dispossession in there, but
Ball
we need
from
scores.
Sinead Wilde, or from Grania Quinn in, but won by Lorraine Bray, half back, who's won a lot of ball today. Kerry Finnegan wins a dirty ball in there for Dublin in the full forward line. Plays it back, but Clodagh Carroll wins the ball and at half back plays a long ball up. Grania Quinn takes possession but loses her footing, and Beth Carton dispossessions her and goes to run and is fouled. Again, that was disappointing. We had clean possession there with Grania Quinn, who fell and just panicked then and gave the ball away effectively.
There's no kind of penetration. Even when we do give a hand pass, it's kind of like backwards, or it's, you know, there's no movement moving forward. Where Waterford are drawing us into them and then giving a good hand pass to somebody who's kind of gone ahead or off the shoulder. But Dublin, even up here in the right corner there, we had possession, and there's 3 Waterford players ran in to shield the goal. Not one Dublin player. There's no poaching instinct there. Like we need goals at this stage. And just for somebody to get in there and get in the face of the goalie, just to do something. But look, Waterford defended very well and cleaned it out anyway. But
so it's another free for Waterford now, 50 metres out. Beth Carton just getting a bit of treatment, but I think she'll be fine to go. But she's giving this free to Ciara Griffin. So Ciara's going to hit this one, as I say, from about 50 metres out. Slightly to the right of the goal, strikes it well. Has she the direction? Yes, she has. Ciara Griffin's second free of the second half, and it pushes Waterford further ahead, 2:13 to 8.
so I see Alan McGovern there is warming up, ready to come on. So there's another Dublin substitution. Another forward, I suppose, will be making way. Flano and Emma Flanagan there.
And Emma Flanagan heading off.
So Ellen has a good engine, so it might be a tactical switch just to get the engine
and to
going.
run in support, yeah.
just to get the midfield up and firing,
Yeah.
because it really just hasn't been on fire today.
Faye McCarthy, long puck out, good puck into the breeze, taken down by Clodagh Gallagher, and foul, but Jodie Couch going for the high ball, and her stick did catch the helmet. It wasn't malicious, but the referee is putting her name in the book. I think this will be the second Dublin player in quick succession into the book. It is indeed. So again, a free opportunity for Ciara Griffin now. Probably too far to go for score here, but it should be in around the house. Drops it into the left corner, and Carton wins it in the left corner. Anne is looking for Niamh Rocket and fires the ball out, and it's Niamh Rocket on the left, puts it over the bar.
It's the dream team, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, it's incredible how they find each other.
Really, really good. That was superb play.
Yeah.
First save to find from the free for Carton to find, or to find the Ciara Griffin to find Beth Carton, and then she just looked up, found her, and played a great ball across.
Super, and just amazing skill there from Rocket just to take it and drive it over. I see Eva O'Brien there. She went down there in the wing just for a couple of seconds, and I think she's rubbing her calves.
There. So the referee has pulled 15 minutes gone in the second half, and the referee has called for the water break. Just while we have the water break, we might just a couple of more messages came in from. We had the number 11, or so the under 11s from Nafina. There was Kate, Lauren, Katie, Ella, Grace, Amelia, Evie, Ruby, and Alana wishing the Dublin team the best today from the Nafina under 11s. Then we had the
under 14 Camogie team from St. Pat's in Parmesan saying good luck to Ali Toomey and the Dublin girls in the match from Hazel McKenna, and the rest of the under 14 team. And I think even from Nafina under 11s also got in contact. So thanks very much everybody for your best wishes.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier on, Sheila, that you had the message from Jude's for Nadia Power. I was watching the Irish hockey team in their first ever match in the Olympics earlier today, and it was interesting to see the Camogie input on that hockey team over the years. Yeah, there was actually Dublin are playing Waterford here today. About 6 or 7 years ago, Dublin played Clare here in an All-Ireland group match like this, and had a great match against Clare. It ended in a draw. Corner forward for Clare that day, and a very good corner forward. It was Naomi Carroll, who was playing with Ireland in Tokyo today.
Wow.
And you also had Michelle Carey was on the bench for Ireland today, who was playing with Ballantyre St. John's up to last summer, and then joined UCD. And of course the Irish captain is Katie Mullen from Own Road Club in Derry, who won an intermediate All-Ireland with Club All-Ireland with Derry in 2010, and won 2 County Derry Championships against Schlockneil in 2013-14. She scored a goal and 4 points against Schlockneil. And there's actually so the best shout out to all the hockey team over there, and the physio that worked with the Dublin Camogie team for the last number of years, Dee Quinn from Nafina, is also out in hockey on physio, or in Tokyo on physio duty with the Irish team.
Best looks for her. That's brilliant for Dee. That's amazing.
So that was good to get out. And the last player, Sarah Hawkshaw, who was playing with Ireland today, is a St. Bridget's player and would have played underage minor camogie, under 16 camogie with Dublin.
Jeez,
so
Dennis, that's serious homework there. That's very impressive. I'm very impressed.
And they had a great win, 2-0 today, which was good for them. So
that's it.
We started here again in the second half, or after the water break. Faye McCarthy, puck out again, won by Dublin, or won by Waterford. Waterford are winning the majority of the Dublin puck outs now. Clodagh Carr, lovely sidestep, and takes on, and Ellen McGovern trips Clodagh Carr as she was trying to get by her, and it's a free again. And again, Ciara Griffin has the opportunity from inside her own 65 to knock the ball in around the Dublin goal, I would suspect.
It's another run out, I'd imagine.
Moving inside, and the ball is played in. Sarah Lucy coming out to win the ball this time. She didn't win it.
Dublin are getting very sloppy now in the challenge and conceding another free out knowing,
Ciara O'Sullivan, and even though she didn't get clean possession, she drew the foul from the Dublin back. Hannah Hegarty.
Looks like another yellow then for Dublin. Dublin really need a goal now just to light a fire or something, but it seems to be Waterford that are doing all the scoring at the moment.
So Beth Carton with a free from a most difficult angle. 23 metres out on the left, almost on the sideline. Strikes the ball across the goal, and it's wide on the left. So puck out from Faye McCarthy, 16 minutes gone, and 20 points to 18, to 8, 2:14 to 8. Puck out from Faye down the left-hand side. Again, very well taken by Niamh Gannon. A winning ball, won by Ellen McGovern. And as you said, Sheila, she's taken off. But again, great tackle by Lorraine Bray from Waterford. Wins possession, drives the ball. Grania Quinn comes out, wins it. Niamh Gannon wins it again. Plays the ball up the corner. Kerry Finn takes it in her hand. Kerry Finnegan takes it in her hand, taking on the Waterford defence, comes across the middle, strikes and puts it slightly to the right of the post. Very good win, very good drive at the defence, but just didn't get the accuracy.
Looks like Gabby Couch is getting ready to come in.
Looks like it, yeah.
And
Gabby
it's for
Couch,
Jodie,
and
yeah.
her sister Jodie is being replaced. So puck out from Brianna O'Regan, drives a long puck out this time, well into the Dublin half, broken down by Hannah Hegarty, but must have come off a Waterford stick.
Well, the linesman think so anyway, but that was well
again,
done by Hannah,
yeah.
In fairness.
Quick feet, or line ball taken by Aisling Carlin, finds Hannah Hegarty. Hannah bursting through, finds Niamh Gannon. Niamh Gannon takes a strike from 40 metres out, and a very good score. Badly needed score by Dublin. Niamh Gannon puts it over. 2:14 to 9.
Great play there from the Jude's contingent there from Hannah, laying a lovely ball in there to Niamh Gannon, and lovely drive over the bar. I just feel Sinead Wild had made a run inside. It's kind of a goal we need now, but I suppose any score at the moment would
that's Gannon's first score of the game. Ball breaks out, Gabby Couch bursting onto her first opportunity, taking on Lorraine Bray and passes the ball in, and Niamh Gannon takes it. Again, Niamh Gannon taking on the defence, running at her, tried to give the hand pass, but it was half blocked, and Ali Toomey was in. Well picked up by Clodagh Carl, and now Lorraine Bray picks it up 30 metres out, driving forward.
Good pressure, very good pressure.
Over the line, that's good.
That was what I was talking about earlier. Gabby could have given a pass a little bit sooner, but she actually used the solo
to run into
trouble rather than give the pass and then go, and But look, that can go down to a bit of a lack of experience perhaps, but I just think Water have executed those kind of skills a lot better today as well.
Yeah. So it's a line ball for Dublin on the 45. Eve O'Brien is up there taking it. Good ball across. Ali Toomey goes but doesn't catch it. Well won by Keela Barry. And Abby Flynn wins it, finds Beth Carton, who's out around the middle of the field, strikes a lovely ball in to guess who? Niamh Rocket takes the ball and is taking on the Dublin defence. Beautiful soft strike off her left hand over the bar. Carton Rocket, point.
And we have an injury down as well there. Looks like
Maureen Kelleher, the red boots, I think, is it?
Yeah, it looks that way. I don't know what happened, but well, you can't take away from that score though. Again, Carton out in the middle, drives it in, beautiful pluck from the sky, and there's the difference, the ball went in high to Ali Toomey. Unfortunately we didn't catch it, and it was an immediate counter attack from Waterford down the other end, no mistake, and it's over the bar, so
it's like we were saying at half time, Sheila, the ball needs to stick, and it's sticking with the Waterford players and it's not sticking with the Dublin players, unfortunately, today.
And it's hard when you're down by so much, but we need a little an explosion of something from Dublin, from somewhere on the pitch, just to give us a little bit of lift.
McCarthy again looking for Gannon, but Rocket picks up the break. Actually, it's not Niamh Rocket, it's another girl with the black helmet. It's Abby Flynn, middle of the field, picks it up, gets possession, bursting out with the ball, won by Aisling Carlin though. Good work that time by Dublin. Drives it, but only drives it 10 or 15 metres forward, and who's there to pick up the breaking ball? Orla Hickey. Great block by Kerry Finnegan, bursting forward and gives a great pass into Ellen McGovern. Ellen takes a strike, and again from relatively straightforward in front of the post. Sheila should be disappointed with that one going wide.
She did. She probably had a little bit more time than she thought, and again I just see Sinead Wild is kind of menacing in there, like she's making good runs, but I don't know, are we too eager to get the ball over the bar? Are we not looking around? But
Puck out comes down, won by Muireann Keller here. Aisling Maher needs to win this ball. Very close to the sideline here on the stand side, or the terrace side. And again, who's winning the ball out the middle of the field? Beth Carton wins the ball. Aisling Maher, in fairness, working very hard there. Ball is on the ground. But Ciara Sullivan wins the ball for Waterford. And over carries, and it's a free in for Dublin. 22 minutes gone, 8-9 minutes left in the game.
A bit of movement now from the Dublin forwards would be good, just to create some kind of havoc in there, make them get second guess, make them think.
50-55 out, yeah, Sheila. This is probably going to drop in. Oh, struck to the wide. Not exactly the thing that Dublin didn't want, is the ball going directly wide this time. That was unfortunate.
Just bring it across the goal and hope for the best that it hit,
Or a ball played into the forwards, like we saw Beth Carton getting 3 balls from frees in here in the second half.
The only person who was making any kind of move was Sinead Wilde. All the other forwards are static. Like it's just disappointing when you need a goal so badly.
Yeah, it needs to be moving forward.
You have to be moving.
Waterford now are, as they say, running on their bench. Vicky Falcon, our corner forward, has gone off, and they've brought on number 20, Shauna Fitzgerald. Green O'Regan, long puck from the De La Salle goalkeeper. Ball dropping in the half-back position. Aisling Carlin fighting for the ball. But again, Ciara O'Sullivan getting on a lot of ball now, wins it, but dispossessed by Ellen McGovern. Aisling Carlin takes possession, bursts out, and again the referee, or Hurley was being held, referee giving the free. Grania Quinn standing over the free. And Muireann Keller has gone down again. I think she's struggling at this stage, Sheila.
I think she is, yeah.
There's Sarah Lucy gone off for Waterford, and they're giving Fiona Morrissey from Ring a run. She's gone straight in full forward.
I think have we made the 5 subs? Is it 5 subs you're allowed now? Do you know?
Minimum of 5, and I'm
minimum
losing track.
5, yeah.
I know there were different rules brought, or different substitutions brought in. I'd have to say I'll plead the 5th on that one, Sheila.
Yeah. I don't see anyone warming up, so I just figure that that's the rule. That's the subs quota has been met.
So Muireann Keller is being looked at here from an injury point of view, and you're right, there's nobody from Dublin warming up. The task is difficult, but it would be much more difficult if it was 14 against 15.
I think she'll play on.
She's okay. Yeah. So Faye McCarthy standing over the ball now, about 60 metres out from her own goal.
If anything, it has to be on target.
Yeah.
Like, this can't dribble out wide. Something needs to be made of this now. Just get it into the danger zone and whip.
So Faye standing up to hit this ball. Referee has gone in. And here we go. 5 minutes plus injury left. Can Dublin get anything out of this game? Ball from Faye dropping in around the square. And again Lorraine Bray comes out. She's won a lot of ball in there today. Good pressure, good pressure from Dublin, but it comes off a Dublin stick out over the sideline. And there's a Waterford player down injured. I think it's Clodagh Carroll down injured just on the edge of the square.
Lorraine Bray for me today has been absolutely immense. Just the way she's been just reading the game, making herself available for catches. She was using the solo perfectly. Her deliveries were very good. Just tenacity in there today. She just wasn't given an inch.
Well.
She was very good.
Well. She's winning ball and driving forward, and then she has Orla Hickey sweeping up and clearing ball from behind her. It's been a big problem for Dublin today, those two players in the half-back line. So again, we're just waiting for a line ball to be taken here. And as I say, the number 5.
It's very hard if you were to pick a player of the match. It's kind of it's a difficult one to pick. Like you're looking obviously at Beth Carton and Niamh Rockett. For me, Beth Carton's work rate has just been phenomenal though, and for deliveries. I know she's missed a couple of frees, but it's very swirly out there. And
so line ball for Waterford from their own 13-metre line, struck. won by Aisling Maher, plays it into Niamh Gannon, but the pass doesn't go, and as you were commenting, who picks it up? Lorraine Bray, and bursting forward with the ball, plays an intelligent ball out to Shauna Fitzgerald, or Fiona Morrissey, who plays it off for Ciara Griffin, and Ciara Griffin trying to get by Ellen McGovern is fouled, and it's a free in from the middle of the field. There's no doubt, Sheila, that the greater aggression has been shown by the Waterford team from effectively midway through the first half. So Ciara Griffin again striking from her own 65, and Dublin fall asleep. Abby Flynn gets the short free, plays it in, won by Roisin Baker, and Niamh Rockett wins the ball back from her, and Niamh is taking her on. She's continuing on possession. Great work by Gabby Couch and Roisin Baker to dispossess. Muireann Kelleher is not able to continue. She was standing there, and when the pass came for her, all she could do was double on the ball. I think she's going to have to leave the field. Her left ankle, her left calf is giving her trouble. Yeah, Muireann Kelleher is gone, and it does look like Dublin have used all their substitutions.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And she's staying on. She wants to stay. She's adamantly staying on. But would you maybe move her up? Oh, she's gone off now. But
so line ball for Waterford, and again Ciara Griffin, who's hit a lot of dead ball in the second half. Line ball this time, plays it in towards Rockett, but Baker again puts pressure on her. Won by Abby Flynn, number 12, who's won a lot of good ball today as well. Referee playing advantage. Flynn puts the ball wide, but it's coming back for another free for Waterford. And Beth Carton, who looks to be slightly limping, has given the free opportunity this time to Ciara Griffin to strike.
Well, she's striking them fairly well, so
She
I mean,
is.
it's great to have the option for the two different free. A lot of teams seem to have it. Cork have it as well.
2 or 3 free takers,
yeah.
yeah.
Just, and it's nice not to have to rely on the one.
So she's hitting this, not an easy angle, hits it across the goal and puts it wide to the left from the right hand side. So it's with about a minute left in normal time, it's 2:15 to 9 points. Faye McCarthy driving the ball out, won by Hannah Hegarty, plays it to Aisling Maher. Aisling Maher drives the ball in over Ali Toomey's head though, and cleared up by the Claire White, the Waterford substitute, back to her goalkeeper Brianna O'Regan, who miscontrols the ball but gets it at the second attempt. Clodagh Carr, long clearance from her own 20-metre line all the way down to the full, and Beth Carton has gone inside the defence, picks the ball up 21 metres out, halfway out to the sideline, strikes it and puts it over the bar. Lovely score from Beth Carton again.
It's just beautiful, like she makes it look so easy as well, like, and she was under serious pressure there, so Brianna O'Regan looked very sharp there when she lost possession, just to win it back again and the Camogie there to give a decent ball out as well, so fair play to her.
Long ball from Faye McCarthy from the puck out, and Lorraine Bray picks up the breaking ball, drives another lovely ball into the inside forward line. This time Roisin Baker, who's has lost possession that time, had got out in front, lost possession, found Niamh Rockett, who passes it to Beth Carton, who takes on over her shoulder, takes the shot on and puts a lovely shot inside the left hand post. Again,
so risky.
That was different that time, Sheila, that was Rockett to Carton, not Carton to Rockett.
I suppose so you're telling me that Rockett can create scores for other people as well as an all-rounder, but they're incredible. It's absolutely, it's really actually really nice to watch.
I make it that's 10 points for Beth Carton today, 5 frees and 5 from play. And 1-2 from Niamh Rockett. So when you take 217, that's 112 of the 217 coming from the two players.
1-2. I feel like Niamh Rockett has scored more than 1-2 though, but that was Lorraine Bray again creating that. I know she gave a lovely ball in. I know Roisin Baker won it, but like, I just the way she's approached the game, she's just attacked absolutely everything. And it's like she got it into her head at the start. Look, nobody's getting an inch off me today, and I just really think that she's shone there in the back line for Waterford.
Yeah. You can see how she won an All-Star a couple of years ago. She's playing at that level. It's up at that standard, the way she's played here today at senior level. So an injury to Abby Flynn, and Abby Flynn is leaving the field for Waterford. Puck out from Faye McCarthy, and we've drifted into injury time in the second half. 2:17 to 9. And puck out goes over the line, but off a Waterford stick. Line ball out around the middle of the field for Dublin. Aisling Maher lining up to take it, but Waterford with two defenders inside, and the ball goes straight into Orla Hickey. Not the most intelligent play by the Dublin forwards there. Ball comes out to Ciara Griffin, who drives a long ball into the inside forward line, broken out by Roisin Baker to Grania Quinn, who drives the ball in over the defence. Ali Toomey picks it up, and Ali Toomey tries to take the defenders on, pass it across to Kerry Finnegan. Kerry went to give the hand pass to Niamh Gannon, who was running into space is what we were looking for, but was fouled, and it's a free in now. 22 metres out to the left of the goal. Dublin have to really try and work a goal off this to even put some little bit of respectability on the scoreline.
Something, but just get somebody out in front and running around and getting in the way, and you know, I think she's going to put it over, but I'd be driving it at the crossbar.
And she is going low, blocked out by the goalkeeper, who gets the rebound and bursts her way out and drives the ball out to the middle of the field. Fiona Morrissey wins it for Waterford, takes the ball, beats the attempted block, and Beth Carton wins the ball and takes on Elise Jamison Murphy, and up the wing, off the left, finds the ball into the middle, into Niamh. This time Niamh Rockett didn't take the ball, and Eve O'Brien wins it, drives it in, but it's for once Orla Hickey coming out to win that ball, didn't take clean possession, and Dublin had an opportunity. Again, it's a dirty ball in the middle of the field, and Orla Hickey comes out with it but loses possession, plays it to Ali Toomey. Kerry Finnegan takes possession, plays it inside to Niamh Gannon. Niamh Gannon into the big square, and great defence by Waterford, and the ball has gone wide. Great defence by Waterford, even what are they, 14 points up, and there were two of them harrying. Clodagh Carroll from half back, and Barry from cornerback, Keely Barry from cornerback.
They just weren't conceding, were they? They just were not.
They just weren't going to let the goal in.
So another injury.
Great
here.
effort. Is that their midfielder down, Sheila, number 9, Ciara Griffin?
I think so, yeah. This seems to be a hand injury.
I think at this stage of the game, if she's injured, they have the game won. It'd be wise maybe not to risk it any further. Or is it actually Orla Hickey is their number 6?
And are we down to 14 each anyway at the moment? Because I think
Muireann is gone,
and I think Abby Flynn had to leave the pitch there as well. Is it? So I think we're on 14 each at the moment. So I don't know what they.
Interesting whether deliberate or not. Waterford lined up almost in a straight line down the middle of the field, and then breaking out to the wings for the puck out. And again, looking for Beth Carton. Elise Jamison Murphy takes possession but loses it, and Beth Carton picks it up, takes on Aisling Carton, slows her down, and the pass has gone astray from Beth Carton. Grania Quinn wins possession, drives a good ball over to the left hand side. Kerry Finn takes a great catch, plays it inside for Ali Toomey. Ali Toomey tries a very speculative shot from 13 metres out, and it goes well wide of the right hand post. Again, needed a bit of composure there, Sheila, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the most brilliant of passes from Kerry, but what a catch. And it was creating something.
The referee has pulled it up. So the final score here in this key encounter, and it has definitely gone in Waterford's favour, 2:17 to 9 points. And again, as we said earlier, Sheila, on the balance of play, I don't think we could argue with that result.
You couldn't, but it is extremely disappointing a result for Dublin, especially after the relegation. The win, I thought they'd come out all guns a-blazing, and you know, in fairness, they did, and went into a 3-lane lead. But in fairness, Waterford seemed to wake up, and I suppose they were the same against Down last week. It took them a while to settle, but look, it was it was a whole team performance from Waterford today, and they were just that bit better than Dublin. But I wish them the best of luck and a speedy recovery to Shabelle Harney.
Yeah, and they have players. When you look through their team, they had a very solid full back line. Keely Barry, as you mentioned, took over, or not took over, but won the one-on-one against Niamh Gannon for the most of that match. They had two superb half-backs in Orla Hickey and Lorraine Bray, and then we'll bore people by commenting again
masterclass up in front.
The masterclass between Beth Carton and Niamh Rocket up front. They were. If you weren't from Dublin, it was a pleasure watching them playing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because their skill, their vision, their movement off the ball, and they were well supported by the other players.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Abby Flynn running
Lacy.
number 12, and Sarah Lacy in the corner gave them great support and gave them opportunity. So they will trouble other defences.
100%, and they just seem to be getting more and more united as the year goes on. So their league didn't go so well, but at the end of the day, they're going to progress now to an All-Ireland quarter-final. So
yeah, I suppose the only thing you'd say, and again, without being too critical of Dublin, the one thing that wasn't tested really today was the Waterford defence. Like when they get the ball into the forward line, they will. And I'm not saying they're weak in defence, but it'll be just interesting to see them challenged a bit more than they were today. Like their two half-backs totally dominated, and didn't really. Then there wasn't much pressure on the full back line, and that'll be a test for them. But as you say, they have a great attitude. They fought very well. And it'll be interesting to see now how they get in they've Cork up presumably next.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and Dublin have to face Down now in the next match.
Yeah, away to Down, so that's always
which will be a tough
difficult
task.
Tough
one up and down, yeah.
I hope now they just can regroup, and if they finish on a victory, it would be very important just to kind of have something there going forward with. I know the management are doing absolutely savage work there. So, look, I expect really positive things from Dublin in the future, and I know the county board are doing their best at underage. So, I am hopeful that the revival will come. We're still Division 1, so that's a massive plus take from this year.
Yeah,
particularly the way the league was laid out. It was actually unfortunate that the three teams, Waterford, Clare and Dublin, were in that position, but it was just the way because of COVID and everything.
Year, yeah.
So that's one positive, is that they are playing Division 1 league next year, and it'll stand to them. And it's it would have been an absolutely catastrophic if we had been relegated there. So there's a lot to work on. There's a lot of positives, so just hopefully that the girls can keep the flag flying and tear into it next year
and try and get a good performance against Down in the next game.
Yeah.
So there we are. We leave it there. And a comprehensive victory for Waterford here today, and Waterford go forward to play Cork, and as we say, Dublin forward to play Down next week, and we leave it there then.
Slán a Guibh.
Thanks, Slán.